Hi guys, welcome back to Mel's Kitchen. I know it's been a minute, but it's a perfect time of year to return, to make my return. I know you guys have been waiting on this video for a while, and funny enough, this video has been recorded for the past year and sat on my computer, and I didn't get the chance to really edit it and put it out. And when I had a chance, it just wasn't the right time of year to release this kind of video. So now that we are in the season, it's Christmas season, and I know all my Jamaicans and my Caribbeans and even people overseas who enjoy the Jamaican Christmas cake, now is the time for you guys to get the opportunity to really go step by step with me and make the Jamaican Christmas cake the way I make it. There are many different methods to make the Jamaican Christmas cake. There's no right way or wrong way. As long as you follow somebody's method who gets a good turnout of the Christmas cake, it's okay to go ahead and follow those methods. But I am sharing my method with you. So if you are interested in knowing how I make my delicious Christmas cake, here goes. So I'm jumping right into the ingredients of all the things that you'll be needing. The full ingredients and the measurements will be in the description box. So I'm just gonna go ahead and randomly tell you what we're gonna need, and the measurements will be down below. So we're gonna need butter, we're gonna need dark sugar, we're gonna need eggs, vanilla essence, almond flavor, coconut flour, we're gonna need counter flour, you're going to need mixed spice, baking powder, nutmeg, browning, red wine, and mixed fruits. And of course, I'll give you the ingredients of how to make the mixed fruits. So the mixed fruits, once you get all the ingredients, you steam your fruits with your rum, then you blend it and then store it. That's all that you need for the mixed fruits. So you first need to go ahead and prepare your mixed fruits ahead of time, or even a few days or a few months or weeks before. The mixed fruits can preserve as long as you keep it in an airtight container. It can last for as long as you want, up to a year. I always have mixed fruits. My mom always have mixed fruit last for a long time. But you can go ahead and blend your mixed fruits even on the day before you make your Christmas cake. Now, before we go ahead and start, you need to measure out all of your ingredients. So I'm just gonna go step by step with you and show you guys how I always measure out my ingredients. So first thing first, I always go ahead and grease my cake pans and cut out the papers. So here am I greasing my cake pan with paper towel and a little bit of butter, and I grease the bottom. And though I grease it, I always like to sieve a little flour in the bottom. So after greasing, I go ahead and sieve a little flour in 4 corners and the bottom, and then I cut out the papers. You can cut out the paper before you grease it or after you grease it. It would be more ideal to cut it out before you grease it if you don't grease all of your pans. Now you cut out the paper, perfect size of the pan, and then after greasing and flouring, you put it in the bottom, and there we go, perfect placement. So you go ahead and set these aside, and I'm doing this with my son because he enjoys helping in the kitchen. So what I'm doing right now is breaking all the eggs, and then I'm taking out all the eye from the egg. My mom always does this because it also helps the egg not to curdle when you're mixing in the egg. Now, I always sieve my flour and my baking powder. So that's what I'm going ahead and doing right now with my son. I'm sieving my flour to make sure that I get rid of all the lumps and all of that. And then I'm doing all the dry ingredients. So all your baking powder and your mixed spices, all the dry stuff, you can go ahead and sieve. And that's what I'm doing right now. Make sure that there's no lump. And then I'm just going to mix it in the pan dry, just to evenly spread it a little bit. And you can also go ahead and tip a little bit of salt if you wish into your baking mixture. I do sometimes I don't. I don't normally add salt, and that's okay, but you can go ahead and put the salt so that it brings up the taste. And here am going ahead and measuring all of my ingredients. So I have my butter, I have my flour here with all the dry mixed spices, I have all the eggs, which I go ahead and break and take out the eye. I have sugar, and I'm mixing brown sugar and white sugar together, and I have my browning I have my vanilla in the little container. I have the bulk wine, red wine, which I go ahead and throw out. And I have some reserve here just in case I might need. And that's my mixed fruits, which I already went ahead and steam. And I have my rum and blend my mixed fruits a few days prior. And there I have all my pan. So first thing first, I'm starting off with creaming my butter. You want to make sure that you cream your butter until it's light and fluffy. And then gradually add your sugar in. And you need to mix out your sugar until all the grains have dissolved completely, because you do not want to not dissolve your sugar properly when you're mixing. You can either use a hand mixer or you can use a standing mixer. Whichever mixer is ideal for you, whichever mixer you have, go ahead and use it. They both work the same. And you want to mix that until it's creamy. And then I'm going to gradually add my egg. So what I like to do is drop 1 or 2 yolk in it and with some white, and you mix it out each time before you add more. So you want to make sure that the egg is mixed out properly. This is a very crucial step with the egg because you don't want the eggs to curdle on you. So if you guys realize that I dropped just one and piece of yolk and mix those out completely, so you continue doing that. Now I'm adding my vanilla. I'm just going to continually mix that to make sure that it's evenly spread. And then what I'm going to do, this is a very important step that you do not want to make a mistake with. With the flour, I'm gradually adding flour, but the technique that I'm using is cutting and folding. Do not continually mixing in a circle. You must cut and fold. This is a very important step, and this you want to move as fast as possible because your eggs are already in and you do not want your egg to crumble on you. So you continually add the flour until you've added a good amount. So what I like to do is that when I'm adding the flour, add the browning, add some flour, add some browning. So here am I adding some browning, and with my browning I normally have 1 bottle and gradually adding it until it's until the mixture reach to the color that I want it. So I really kind of eyeball the browning, and then here am I adding more flour mixture and more cutting and folding and more browning and more cutting and folding until I reach the consistency of the color that I really want it to be. But I can also save some browning because you don't want to add too much. Here am I adding some of the bulk wine to loosen up the mixture a bit. So you need to make sure that you keep mixing and not mix too much at the same time. So you need to move your hands fast because you do not want this mixture to fall on you. It's a very delicate cake, but at the same time you want to do it right. Now, for the good stuff, I am adding the mixed fruits in. And you add as much mixed fruits as the recipe tell you to add. And you also fold that in. Do not mix in a circle at no given time, and you continually mix that until your mixture is spreading evenly. And here am I adding more browning because I realize that the consistency of the color is not where I want it to be. So always keep your browning and add it until the color is exactly where you need it to be. Remember, you don't need a cake to be too black because the mixed fruits is already dark, the wine is dark, so your browning is just balancing things off. And here am I adding the final amount of browning and red wine to kind of finish off the mixture. And here for the other good stuff, the rum. You do not want to forget the rum. And at this point, it's not black, it's just a little dark brown, which is a perfect color that you need for your Christmas cake. And when you finish adding the rum, which is the last thing that you should add, you just go ahead and throw your mixture out into your pans, which you already went ahead and prepare, and you are well on your way. You bake this to the recommended degree that I put down below and enjoy your cake. All right, you guys, so there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to Mel's Kitchen, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. There we go. Look at this texture. Oh my days. Talk about moisture. Talk to me nice. It is so good.